Well, I think we're getting to the most important part right now of the presentation where they're talking about, what that 5G might mean to the customer. And that's really, Tim Cook started out talking about how it'll be faster downloading and uploading speeds, better gaming, less network congestion. And here towards the end of the presentation, we're hearing some of the kind of the benefits of 5G, whether it's in enterprise use or medical abilities to download medical scans quicker.
Well, that's one of the questions that I have about this. There's been a lot of talk about 5G. It's become a trade talk issue between the United States and China with respect to who was going to lead the way on 5G. But it does sound as if the greatest impact of 5G may be in the commercial setting as opposed to in the ordinary user like you and me.
Right. And that's really the challenge for the industry and for Apple, right? This technology has been out there for a little while. It's been years and years of buildup, but right now it's going to have its moment, essentially, with Tim Cook on stage talking about it. The average customer is going to start to hear about it, but the networks are not widespread here in the U.S. Customers might have a disappointing experience up front. So those are some of the challenges for it. But in some ways, it might remind you of when 4G came out. It took a few years for developers to start playing with it to figure out, what the cool next have application was going to be, whether it was going to be downloading pictures very quickly and, the selfie generation emerged. So that's one of the things we just don't know what 5G is going to bring, but you're making a bet, investors are making a bet that it's going to be essentially laying the pipes for a whole new world.
And those pipes, which are being supplied by the likes of AT&T, Verizon, we'll hear from the CEO of Verizon in just a little bit, T-Mobile, those pipes have not, so far as I know yet, really kept up with the technology that is built into these new phones, like the Samsung S20 and this new phone from Apple.
Yeah, right. This is a big issue too. And when 4G rolled out, it was widely out there, and the issue was there wasn't enough phones to take advantage of it. This time around, the phone makers have really bought into this idea, and the networks are racing to do it. And we're seeing that the bulk of 5G phones are really being purchased in China at this point, where they have been a little bit more aggressive in that regard. So, it's a thing that Apple essentially has waited a little bit to get to, and now is kind of getting into the party, kind of perhaps on the precipice of this becoming a real thing.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.